We're talking about the non-negotiable nature of the right of the Nigerian to freely express themselves without fear within the context of the law. There are laws related to libel, both civil and criminal. So you speak, even now, those rights are qualified within the laws of Nigeria. Now, let's be done with definitions. I'm going to be speaking from a lot of scriptures this morning. I did tell you I haven't had myself inflicted on a flock before. It's just that these are not the normal scriptures we are used to. I'll be speaking from the scriptures of the Yorubas. I grew up with very old people, so I'll be speaking with a lot of proverbs sourced from the Yorubas this morning. So get used to it. But I will also endeavor to interpret. I will start with the one that I heard several years. I grew up with my grandmother in the valley. And she would say, I may sorrow with the. Now, let me interpret for the benefit of those who do not speak that. It simply means that the inability to express yourself is the foundation of self-destruction. Only who is self-destruction. It means the person is predestined or ordained or is just slated for destruction. But it does not start until you lose the capacity to speak. Now, they go further to say, it is with your mouth that you define what you will accept and what you will not accept. So the right to expression is intrinsic to your being as a human being, that you are a human being. The right to express yourself is the first of those several rights that are inalienable, that cannot be taken away from you. If you are truly to be human and a citizen, the right to speak cannot be taken from you, and you still remain a functional human being. That is not an advocacy for irresponsibility. It is an advocacy for the recognition of humanity. Let us be clear about that. Now, for the Yorubas, it didn't matter that you were a young person. What mattered was the fact that you were a human being before you were anything else. And when an older person or a person in position of authority would presume to shut you down, you find older heads, wiser ones, or even younger ones, they would retort. Only ọmọdé gbọ́n, àgbà gbọ́n, la fi dá ilẹ̀ Ifẹ̀. It means that it is with the collection of the wisdom of both the young and the old that the world was ordered, because for the Yoruba, the world began in Ile-Ife. So when they say la fi dá Ile-Ife, that is how we established Ile-Ife. What they are saying is that the world itself was established by law, and it is simple. Go into your Bible, it's very simple. It says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and nothing was done without the Word. It is a simple thing. You establish the world by truth, by the Word. So when somebody or any entity or person is presuming to curtail the right to lawful speech, what you are saying is dictatorship presuming to unfold its wings. Now, you see, one of the problems with the received religions in our space is that the essence of the African has been lost in the struggle for existential lives. Existing, just exist. So because we are focused on existence, we forget the fact that we are mortals, sojourners, travelers in time. We all die. Let's get that here. Nobody here is going to come out alive. In recognition of that, the Yoruba take the after having established the foundational nature of the right to speech and freedom of expression, the Yoruba now took it to another level. they will say to you, Aki, we see them. Kaku see them. Let's be clear. When the Yoruba stands in front of you and he says, Aki, we see them, Kaku see them. What is it? He's not telling you that you can't kill him. Yes, you can. You've got the guns. You've got the guns. And you are the law unto yourself. And we saw a few of those laws unto themselves. And we've seen them over the years in the place we call Nigeria. But you see, the thing is that you might kill a man. But it is actually completely impossible to kill ideas. So the function of your sacrifice when you speak in the face of repressive, oppressive, wicked, and evil regime is that you must be sure that you are speaking your truth. The nature of truth is that it doesn't die. You cannot kill the truth. You can kill a person. But the interesting nature of the truth teller who gets killed in pursuit of truth is that, I know this might sound a little esoteric to some of you who views life as though it were to be a place where we will not stay forever. You sometimes forget that when you stand behind the truth, what you are doing is that you are confirming your God nature. Your God nature is the part of you that does not die. However you care to worship God or do not worship Him, unless you are one of those who have managed to be too wise for the like of me, who do not believe there is anything beyond where we are. And that's fine too. You're right. But the thing is, if you stand by the truth does not die. So if your death is associated with the truth, what then happens is that those who have killed you would have merely offered you immortality. Because anytime the truth is mentioned, your name becomes synonymous with that truth. And because truth has the nature of God, it does not die. The immortality of the truth you speak, or the one you spoke that led to your killing, merely guarantees one thing. You are offered a seat at the high table when they speak of those who made a difference in their generation. So for some of us, and I hope there will be many more of us in this country, because Nigeria demands many more of such people in these days and time, you must consciously embrace the opportunity to speak truth in the face of evil. Because what we're doing, I believe the Muslim call it is the Surat al-Nur, if I'm correct. That is where God talks about light. The fact is that the truth is light. Nigeria is in a very dark place. Every time the scriptures depict darkness, it's evil. So Nigeria has this all-pervading gloom all over it. So many blood being shed all over the place, impunity in high places. When the Bible speaks of spiritual wickedness in high places, you almost always expect to see witches with wings. They're not witches with wings. They ride in limousines. They live in the GRAs, in government offices. Those are the principalities in high places. They feed off the misery and pains of the people, because it's not necessary. By the time you are stealing more than you can spend in 10 lifetimes, 100 lifetimes, that's a sickness. And the people still suffer. So when those voices, when they see you speaking, it is critical for them to silence you because you call attention to their insanities. But you normalize those insanities if you do find the peace of the graveyard and you somehow kept quiet. You merely normalize the insanity and then it proliferates, and then you get a country like Nigeria. So you have a duty, a moral duty to speak your truth. Wherever you speak your truth. So I was intrigued to find that this year, Amnesty International is saying, talk your truth. It's good. But we ourselves, we have a responsibility. You are right have been violently stripped off you. So when we sit down and we are speaking Dogonturenji about democracy, understand very quickly that the totality of the Dogonturenji you are speaking is predicated on a fraud. Your right to speak Dogonturenji that you are speaking has been taken away from you ab initio. So it is very critical that we all understand the nature of the struggle that is in front of Nigeria. Yes, speak your truth, but it is very important that you discern the truth that you are speaking. Nigeria is not a democracy. The sooner we all get that into our heads, the better. Nigeria is not a democracy. They are still pretending because it suits them to pretend. You do not summarily ban Twitter and then announce that you are drafting a rash of measures to further curtail the right of people to speak in a democracy. Those ones sat in Abuja calling themselves the National Assembly, don't fool yourselves. How many of them are there reflective of your votes? They are not representing you. Understand very clearly, we are not in a pro-democracy struggle. It is a liberation struggle that stands in front of Nigerians. And the sooner we all wrap our brains around this, the better. Now, I'll speak only to a couple of issues and then I'll stop inflicting myself on you. Two things. I think the New York Times, it went and appropriated something I believe has a Latin root as well. It says, truth dies in darkness. How can truth die in darkness? And this is the part where I'll touch on the second thing and link them together and get what out of the face. You have a duty to speak the truth. It's a duty. You accept a role that derogates from your humanity when you accept to keep quiet in the face of manifest evil. And when you keep quiet, the truth dies. But be sure of one thing, you are complicit in its murder. And you know the most painful part of the whole thing? All of us, we're creatures in time. Flowers will bloom for a season. Those of you who think you are still young, don't worry, Body will tell you. Before I shaved off my locks, I didn't realize I had so many gray hairs hiding under it. The only thing that does not die is the truth. But it dies when we keep quiet. You have a duty to speak. Talk your truth, wherever you are. It's not always going to be convenient or easy. It doesn't matter. The only thing that is certain for each and every one that is sat here is that we will all go home one day. It's easier to forget the man who died in old age in his bed, having mercantilized every truth he ran into, or denying himself the truth that he could see clearly, simply because he was too scared to talk. Don't die before you die. Speak. Talk your truth. This is where we go on. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And